Yo, what's up? My name's RetroPat, and today I am completing one of the two final challenges that I have placed for myself within Dungeon Defenders. If I can beat this map, City in the Cliffs, City on the Cliffs, City in the Cliffs, Nightmare, Hardcore Survival, all the way to Wave 30. This is not your typical survival map. It's way more intense. A massive 5-wave differential from 25 to 30 makes all the difference, especially on that difficulty increase. I have to defeat 30 waves of a map that I was barely able to defeat on Nightmare difficulty on the main storyline part of it, let alone on survival. I'm not playing this map on mixed mode because I don't think I'm ready for it. I'm going to be trying my absolute best, hopefully with like the full amount of time, no timer, and just patience and effort. I should be able to take on this map, but I could be mistaken. I could be in over my head. But if I can complete this map today, which will all be done in hopefully one very long episode, make sure to grab yourself a snack and a drink before we dive into this one, then I'll be able to get the Transcendent Survivalist achievement. An achievement that only 1.2% of Dungeon Defenders players have achieved. So hopefully we can join that 1.2% today. We start with 1,040 mana. I'm going to go ahead and safely use little parts of it to build Ensnare auras and Strength Drain auras at each crystal, like so. Alright, all the small aura stacks have been placed. I'm going to drop my mana, switch over to my mage, and get some lightning towers set up, and possibly a DST over at that one tight hallway section. As we saw in the main storyline, that was a big problem. That was definitely, that section has some insane amount of ogres that can cause a lot of damage, so having DST set up for them is probably worth it. I'm also going to pull back my lightning towers to a bit of a safer spot, because before, when I had them placed up here, they were taking splash damage from the ogre snot shot. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to avoid that today if possible. If not, I mean, it's very possible we just go ahead and move them back forward. So I'm scared of this, like the crystal accidentally taking snot shot damage. So we'll have to play it by ear. The question becomes, do I want one lightning tower here? Do I want two lightning towers? Do I want it that far away from the aura stack? I don't think I do, because I don't want things to be able to come attack it and hit it and not be hit by the strength drain predicament. So I'm gonna go ahead and start, I guess, put it here, but I want it to be as far from the crystal as possible as well. It's a tough thing to manage. I think the DSTs have been so much more powerful than I expected. I'm gonna go ahead and try to abuse that fact that they've been more powerful than I expect. Also, look at the wait. Wow, this is a way wider range than I realized. If I place it there, it should actually be able to cone out and hit both these sections. That might actually be a perfect DST that I haven't really been planning for. That'll change things a lot positively. Let's head over to the tougher section. This is the section that seemed to have the most problems and be the closest to dying during the storyline attempt, during the storyline run of this map. So I think having a DST looking in both directions, one looking here, and then one looking back this way. Can I afford the mana on that? I can't in the first wave. So what I'm actually going to do is do a DST here looking this way, and then do a lightning tower, and just hope that that's enough, because over here I still need towers, guys. I still need towers over here. I want to have at least a lightning tower over here, but then what next? I have like no mana left after that. The strat might be to place a lightning tower there, switch over to my summoner, and place some archers, I guess. I think that's the strat. Placing some archers here just to distract minions and keep them walled off from coming in should be super helpful. That should be good enough, I think. I think the lightning tower will be able to take and care of any minions coming in from this direction. So I'm just going to go ahead and hop off. I'm going to switch over back to my mage actually during the combat wave. I don't think it's worth being on my barbarian. The damage is nice, but I think actually being able to build towers, like more lightning towers, is more effective. So let's just go ahead and get started. 176 minions coming in. I'm going to start near a door so I can blast at some things. Get some free mana to start. Hopefully not die, because I actually am taking a fair bit of damage there. Get enough mana to build one more lightning tower. That's all the mana I want to worry about at the moment. Head over here, build an extra lightning tower / DST. I'll probably just do a lightning tower for now, and then head back in this direction and grab tons more free mana. Look at all these ninjas getting destroyed, the assassins coming in. I think we're fine. Beautiful, tons of mana on the ground here. Exactly what I wanted. Look at the damage. The spiders. Oh, A crystal is under attack. Are you kidding me? What's happening? We're going to head over there. That damage is going to sustain, I believe, for the entirety of this survival map now. Absolutely not something you want to see. I mean, that is really, really unfortunate. Look at these ogres. 1.7 mil HP. Thankfully, it's very, very little damage. Please don't... Okay. We're fine. We're fine, as you can see, but definitely a little scary. I'm going to put upgrades on both these towers, start getting more things built. Do I really need a second DST here? I'm really shocked by that. I thought one DST would be enough, but maybe not. I'm going to do another one, and we're going to do more lightning towers as well. I don't know how many like DSTs versus lightnings you usually want. I'm going to drop my mana. There's more mana that I'm going to pick up. Switch over to my Series EV really quick and go ahead and build a tower booster beam just on top of this. And it's going to be super effective. This is the perfect kind of booster beam to build, only costing 4 defense units. We're not quite ticking everything there, so I'm going to sell it off really quick and try to build another one properly and just get everything absolutely ticked with this boost. We can even extend it. We wanted to use up the maximum 4 units wisely. Perfect. Everything is being hit there. That's exactly what you want. And I'm going to need to drop all my mana once again, switch over to my summoner, and now we can properly build archers to actually act as walls and protection for the rest of our towers. So there's going to be tons of archers here, or oh yeah, tons of archers. Minion units are not something I need to use sparingly for the most part on maps like this. Defense units are. Defense units are very scary, very scarce, and you have to kind of use them very carefully. I'm going to take a lot of time on this. This is essentially wave 2, wave 8 out of 30. This is going to be easily the single-handedly most important build phase wave out of all the waves. So I'm going to take my time here, build as much as I need to in this first little section, head around to all the other sections, build tons of archers and at least spiders protecting each zone. I'm going to level up each aura stack at least by that. It's time to be on our summoner duty and just run around and do whatever I can. So I will see you guys in a quick sec. Mythicals being dropped from chests. Awesome to see this early on. Speaking of, I'm excited to see how much gear, how much XP, how hopefully these turrets don't die. Are you kidding me? But I'm excited to see just the benefits from this map. So many of our survival maps so far, we've just been doing as sort of a, oh, you know, this is an achievement thing. We're not doing this for progress. We're doing this to get the achievement, to have fun. This is the goal, you know? This is the end game, or no, quote unquote end game. Not really, right? This is the mid game, I guess, but like of Dungeon Defenders. But this is why I'm playing. This is my goal, right? I'm not doing this just to gain progress, right? It's more so for fun. But this is the creme de la creme. This is the big map. This is the hardest survival map out of all the transcendent survivalist achievements. So it makes sense. I actually will be able to get pretty crazy progress. My progress has been upping over these over these few maps or whatever, but this is really going to show with the difficulty of this map. And I really kind of don't think if I'm able to beat this map today, it honestly might be a Christmas miracle. I'm recording this on December 6th. We're still 19 days away, so maybe not quite yet, but we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Plenty of minion units set up over there. I might work on setting up mages as well, but I think I overrated my... Maybe I'm doing through the same learning arc with mages as spiders, to be fair. With spiders, I always felt like, oh, you know, like if I have enough mana left over, I'll build spiders, but that's total baloney. The spiders are so good, they should always be built. Like, spiders are so powerful. Being able to web something is such a powerful ability. However, let me just build one. Here, let's just build a wall here, actually. However, I don't know how many minions actually come from this direction. I think some goblin copters do, is the main point of fear, which is fair. Spider minions I know are very strong now. I don't know if I feel that way about mage minions, but maybe like because I feel like they mostly just heal the minions nearby, but maybe that actually is more needed than I'm letting on. Let me actually build more archers. I just want more archers over here. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough for any mage minions anyway, so maybe I'll regret that. Maybe that's something I'll have to change here in the future, but this is my current build setup. We're gonna rock with this. I don't think the mage can heal the lightning towers and the towers and such. If the mage could heal my other towers, not just like the summoning units, that would be a lot different to me. And you guys can tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. You guys teach me so much about this game, obviously. I'm no expert. So much of this series is about learning and about showing people what it's like to learn this game, because I think it's one of the biggest, not to, diss this game. I love this game. I love Dungeon Defenders so much. The only downside of Dungeon Defenders is that it's so hard to get into it. And it's so hard. I was actually just talking to my wife. Like, there are so few, if any, casual Dungeon Defenders players, right? Anybody who is still playing this game is pretty much a hardcore, like, expert, talented, been playing this game for 10 years, hundreds or thousands of hours, like, Giga Chad, right? So, like, everybody who still plays this game, or most people, are, like, top 1% of players, right? Which is why you end up with, like, people like me who, like, I'm still somewhat of a casual or still have a lot to learn. I'm able to get an achievement, the Transcendent Survivalist achievement, which is, only 1.2% of players. But because the gap between, like, 1.2% and being top 1% of players is so much, and the main people that still play are that top 1%, So my point being, I love this game, and it's a fantastic game, and it just saddens me that there aren't more casual players, and how do we get people into it? But I forget why I brought that up or what the initial point was, but something to do with the skill gap? I don't even remember. We're just going to finish our build and move on. So I'm not going to drop all this mana. I'm at max mana. We're going to drop this mana and switch back over, I think, to our mage. We do want to be careful. We do want to make sure we leave enough build units for our series EV, because not only do I want to build tower booster beams, but I also want to build some like reflection beams to hopefully prevent some of that projectile snot rocket damage from the ogres. We're gonna head over to this zone, which I think needs a bit more. Yeah, it's only got, yep, I think this zone needs a bit more DSTs for sure, if not lightning towers. I'm gonna go ahead and place 2 lightning towers, I think, like this. We're at 101 out of 140 defense units. Given that situation, we're going to head over here. The question, do I want a DST over here? I don't know if I need one. I think DSTs are really good. I really have come around to, like, I actually think they're really, 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 really good. I'm going to, build 1 looking this direction. I think that'll be plenty good. That leaves me with a lot of defense units. I'm going to go drop my mana, switch over to my Series EV, use whatever defense units I need on my Series EV, and then see what else is left over, and then we can do whatever with that, right? So let's go grab our Series EV. We have this tower boost beam already built. I'm going to go ahead and put some levels into it, so we should have plenty of mana. We're going to head over to that highway/hallway zone, the most difficult to protect zone from what I've seen. Head over here, build our tower buff beam right in the middle here. This is like the most powerful tool that I've started to abuse, is being able to build these in the middle like this and affect both sides is absolutely insane. To be fair, I don't think I did this correctly. Yup, it's not quite hitting both of them. Hopefully there's small enough of a range where I can actually do this. Let's see. Hopefully I built this correctly. Yup, okay. Beautiful. All 4 are being affected. I was a little nervous there for a second, but nope. We look totally good. I'm also going to go ahead and, I think I go ahead and build the reflection beams. They don't cost many, it's only 1 defense unit per beam, which I think is amazing and, like, unbelievably worth it. So I'm going to build 1 there, build 1 here. I almost want to build 1 in front of this crystal instead. Maybe I should do that. I don't know if this is correct. This could be a mistake, but I think I'm gonna do this instead. I can actually build that all the way over there on, like, the rocks. No, but it won't work. It'll be at a different height. I think this is worth it because I just don't want it to this might allow snot rockets to weave around this and hit this. If that happens, it might be fine. Well, we might adjust this. We'll see. But I want to protect the crystal. That's number 1 priority. So let's head back down here. These reflection beams, talk about effective use of mana. They're actually just kind of ridiculous. Like, costing 1 unit, I literally can't get over how insane these are. I'm going to go ahead and build 1. I wonder if I should build a 2-unit one. I think it's almost never worth to build a 2-unit one is the problem. Like, I feel like you just do this and then build another one if you really want to do that, Do I even need one here? I don't know if I really even need one here. I'm gonna do it. Like, they're just so good. They're so cheap. I'm at 124. I do need a tower booster beam over here. I almost forgot. They're just so unbelievably effective. in terms of units costed. Did I weave that correctly? It looks like all 4 are being connected and affected. Is this one not for whatever reason? This seems like it's going right through it. 40,000. I'll have to check the other DSTs to double check. Doesn't really seem to have the red glow, but I can't tell. It's really hard to see. I think it does. I think it does. It's really hard to see that little red glow. There's a little red spurt that happens if it's being affected by the tower buff beam, but it can be difficult to see with all the animations and all the visuals happening. I'm gonna go compare it to this one. It's not. So that's why, beautiful. Okay, that's why you go double check that, because it's not being affected. So I'm actually gonna head back over, sell it off, and rebuild it. I don't know how it's not being affected. Wait, maybe it is. Wait, I'm sorry. Maybe it is, but because it's not upgraded like the other one. Let's see if I upgrade it by 1. Okay, that's the same damage. So I think it is. Okay, it's really, really hard to see. Sorry, apologies. Okay, I think our build is quite good now. And we still have 12 defense units left. I believe we have all the booster beams we need built. All the reflective beams, except for over here. Don't forget over here. I'm going to go ahead and do one. How do I want to do this? I think one starting here over like this, and then one over here like this. I think that's the best way. You really want to protect the crystal. It's to protect the crystal, and then also these is essentially this. This looks really cool, honestly, though. Wow, I do kind of love the visual of this. Wow. Talk about a long build phase, though, and like absolutely putting everything you possibly can into a build. Oof. I'm gonna go ahead. I think what I'm gonna do, I have 2 minion units left, which I can't really utilize. I have 10 defense units left, which I can utilize, but I honestly don't know the most effective way to utilize them yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sprint over. There's one more chest on the map. I'm gonna go collect the final chest. I'm going to jump into the wave, and then I'm just going to sit on enough mana to build whatever tower I need. I essentially just want to observe. I want to observe before I spend these 10 defense units. Do I need an extra lightning tower over here? Do I need one over there? I want to see what section looks the weakest. So I'm just going to jump in to this next wave, see how this looks. Don't really have much mana to upgrade anything. We'll put it on the DST here, I guess. Why not? A lot of minions down here. I'm going to go smack around, I guess, with my barbarian, get tons of mana. I want to just essentially dump as much damage as possible and pump as many upgrades as possible into everything that I possibly can. Honestly, utilizing mana quicker than I make it, it definitely becomes a problem here, which is hilarious to even worry about. But we're going to try to upgrade our tower buff beam, our first tower buff beam, to max 3-star really quickly here. This is once again only combat wave 2. Like, we spent so long. And we have to take every little second, every little step of the way. We want to be as safe as possible. But we spent so long on that wave 2 build phase that I needed to, make sure everything was okay. I'm going to go triple star this, max upgrade that, run around, grab every single, I'm going to 1-star or 1 upgrade all these. I'm going to go grab every single chest on the map, and I'll see you guys in a quick sec after we get all the mana we have for upgrades. We have max mana. I'm going to head over here and dump it into these aura stacks as they have been losing a little bit of HP, and then dump whatever I can in the tower buff beam. You definitely want to prioritize the tower buff beams as much as possible, and there should be more mana for me to get a 3-star one, I believe, here in a quick sec. I think I have enough mana on the ground. Let's go grab this. Head over. How do I always miss this chest? Like over here in this little weird hideaway corner, I guess. All right, and then with the mana from these minions down here, and I still have a nice blue gem waiting for me. That's really, 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 really good. So now I'm going to go 3-star this tower buff beam. So we only have 3 tower buff beams on this map. Honestly, the build for this is not terribly complicated, which is nice. I mean, it kind of is, but it could be a lot worse. There only being 3 gems to protect makes things so much, like only needing 3 tower buff beams on a map, I feel like is quite nice. And then boom. Wow. Okay, I think we're going to be able to get all of our tower buff beams. I'm pretty sure it's going to be really close. I'm pretty sure we can get all of our tower buff beams 3-starred before we jump into wave 3 of combat. That's like kind of hilarious in my opinion. Let me go grab this chest as well. Yep, we'll definitely have access to it. There's one more chest I can grab. That's awesome. All of our tower buff beams are going to be max leveled. Excuse me, cactus. That's a satisfying feeling. Every tower buff beam is 3-starred. Heading into the 3rd wave of combat. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. I do want to probably build that final tower here in a quick sec. I don't want to be sitting on 10 unused defense units like that. It's way too long to be sitting on that. Like, it should be a lightning tower should be built somewhere, right? I shouldn't be sitting on that amount of unused defense units for just to wait and see, right? At some point, I've done enough waiting and seeing, and I've just got to pump it somewhere. So I'm gonna try to dump as much mana as possible here into upgrades. Go around and smack some more minions. Tons of stuff being over here, just being cleared out. The odor's being cleared out, I believe, by the DST, just putting in absolute gallons of work. We're gonna head over here. I do want to put little upgrades on each of these archers. This aura stack is kind of getting drained. We're gonna pump upgrades into that, and there's wave complete. This has been way easier than I expected. Having an actual like free amount of time, I'm realizing one of the most difficult parts of playing this map in the story mode was just the timer. That it was one of the most brutal timers I've ever seen on a storyline map. First things first. It was like so intense, the limited amount of time you have. And now that, now being able to just take my time and get a proper build going and be able to polish off everything, get every little bit of mana off the ground, like as I'm doing now, open every chest, make sure I, dot every I and cross every T. I have the skills, I have the power level, I have the, stats. I just didn't have the time before. So maybe this will be a lot easier than I expect, and we will actually be able to do, like, I'm looking way more optimistically at getting all the way to wave 30. I thought it wasn't gonna be possible, but now I think wave 30 might be possible on our first attempt. Into wave 10 we go. Well, just kidding, I actually lied. Right before I'm gonna build that lightning tower that I keep talking about, I keep not shutting up about. I don't really know where I want to build it. This area has 2 DSTs, so I don't think it actually needs it. I almost fell into the waterfall. Actually, maybe I should experiment. I could be mistaken. Isn't there like a secret on every Dungeon Defenders map? Or at least a lot of them. It may not be every map. That might be ridiculous, but that seems too ridiculous. There's no way the devs would have time to code something on every single map. That seems literally too preposterous. But I believe that there is at least like secrets on a bunch of maps that if you do certain little puzzles or do certain little things, you can unlock certain things. And I have done almost none of those in Dungeon Defenders. It turns out I'm a very bad puzzle solver. I've always been bad at puzzles, okay? In-game and IRL and whatever. I'm not good at puzzles. If you guys have any, like, the only one I've quote-unquote solved was the guide I looked up was for the Dance Dance Revolution machine on the moon base. That's like the only, quote-unquote puzzle I've done. So if you guys have any recommendations, suggestions for puzzle stuff in Dungeon Defenders, guides on how to beat them, I'm interested. That's like a total part of the game that I haven't even like really explored yet, basically at all. So, it's crazy. When what game, in my opinion, is good. I like deep games, right? What game is good. I like games that you can't ever complete. A lot of people don't like that, what game is good when you can put 300 hours or thousands of hours, into something and you haven't touched certain parts, I think that's a really, really beautiful sign. I talk about this in my main game is on my main channel, Petrowski, is PokeMMO, and I talk about how all the time, like, there are things, I've been playing PokeMMO for over 9,000 hours. There are parts of the game that I haven't touched. Like, I've never learned the ribbon system. I've never learned, PvP to a great degree, right? To some extent, I've gotten, I'm probably about average, but, like, there are so many things. Battle Tower, the Battle Frontier. There are so many pieces of content that I've barely skimmed the surface on, / never even touched, right? The crafting system in the game. I think that's a really, really good sign to me, that you can be entertained and not have to engage with every single system within a game. I think that's a very, very, very good thing. I think Dungeon Defenders absolutely nails that. Alright, I tried to open every chest, grab every little speck of mana on the ground. I'm really taking this nice and slow and safely. Even though I haven't really had any problems so far, I just know that problems can arise very quickly, especially on a very, very large map like this. Not very, I would say large map. This was the first ever map, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but the first ever map created to be played with 6 defenders in mind. So it is a bit bigger and has a bit more twists and turns, but it's also, like, not nearly as big as a lot of the other 6 defender maps, I'm not gonna lie. I think this was the first one, so it actually ended up being a little bit smaller in scale. And I think they end up getting even crazier and larger and bigger as, time went on and they pushed a lot more limits and such. I think this map, I do think City in the Cliffs, from the few times I've played it, has one of the most interesting designs in the entire game. It's pretty much all, like, so much of Dungeon Defender maps are, like, open areas. This map is almost entirely, even if you press tab and look at it, it's all nooks and crannies. It's all hallways. It's all skinny little sections, right? It's not like it's like the least open map to some extent, but you also have this ability to jump from high ground to low ground and create that openness. I think it's one of the best designed maps in the game, and I'm pretty sure it was designed by a player slash fan. I don't think it was even designed by, I'm pretty sure like won a competition, right? I could be mistaken. Look at that, clearing out that quickly. This might be a time where I start, it might be time to just start jumping into... Oh, I probably could safely jump into waves, save some IRL time, and be fine. But today's not about saving IRL time. Today is about making sure I defeat City in the Cliff. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take my damn time and go ahead and collect every little speck of mana possible, at least for the time being. Maybe in a bit, if I get more things more upgraded, I won't have to worry about that. But for now, I'll see you guys on the other side of these blue gems. Speaking of using every single speck of mana, there it is. We did it. I'm going to go ahead and jump into wave 12 out of 30. Now, I do actually have, I did kind of notice, I do have 3 extra defense units. And when it comes to minion units, only having 2 extra minion units, I literally can't do anything really with that, right? 3 extra defense units could be used for reflection beams or other things. There are things that you can actually use with 3 defense units effectively. So I might try to toy with that here in a little bit and see what I could build. Maybe like a web wall or something. See what I can mess around with. We'll have to take our time to see for sure, but there's definitely some stuff I can do. I'm gonna go ahead and get 1-star upgrades on all of these towers though while we're here. Why not? Beautiful. Go smack around this ogre, get tons of extra mana, dump things into whatever is close by so I can get more mana, pick up more mana, go smack around more ogres. You guys get the gist of this. Really glad I built these deflection beams or reflection beams. I'm coming over. There are ogres that get on this platform and kind of come over here and just smack some crazy snot rockets over in this direction. Speaking of leftover defense units, it's very possible I build a reflection beam like right here across that way, make it like almost like a boxed in area because they're coming over and shooting snot rockets in right from this direction. So that might be something I do right now, honestly. It's probably worth it. All right, here we go on the Series EV. Let's go ahead and see what this would look like. Just 1 defense unit. Beautiful. I think that should... Yeah, I don't think the ogres will be able to jump and alley-oop and dunk on it like that. I think this should actually be the protection I'm looking for. So, perfect. Just what I needed. Once I have most things properly upgraded, there's a really good argument for just being on my mage to actually get like the 30% boost. It's a pretty big boost of having the character on the map whose towers you're using, right? So at some point, like the DPS for my barb is far outweighed by just actually increasing the effectiveness of all the lightning towers and DSTs on the map. So I either switch over to, once I finish upgrades, I either switch over to the summoner for flash heals or just the mage. It might, like the better strat might be the mage. It'll depends how much damage things are taking, but just being on the mage to do more damage, to kill things before they can get to the point to do, like before these guys can even touch the wall to do damage, might just be better. All right, somehow I looked away for 2 seconds and there is a lot of damage on these archers over here. Thankfully, it is just the archers. Like if a row of archers get taken down, it's honestly not the worst thing in the world. We can definitely like just rebuild them and repair from there, whatever. If something that is connected to the tower booster beam goes down, that's when a problem happens, because any tower that is being touched by the tower booster beam, if that goes down, it also takes down the booster beam. That is the balancing of it, which makes a lot of sense because the booster beam is so freaking strong. So that's something we have to watch out for, but we should be fine. I think we're fine. Even if some archers were to get taken down, honestly, not that big of a deal. I'm going to put upgrades on the lightning tower over here. 3-star that bad boy. And there we go. Another wave completed. Wave 13 out of 30. I'm going to grab the chest that pops up. I believe there's one that pops up here, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it just up here? There's one up here. My bad. Cactus always wants to say hello to me when I pop through here. Okay. We'll just hop around. I'm going to go grab every chest, grab all the mana, upgrade whatever possible, and see you guys for wave 14. I'm kind of wondering if 2 DST is too many. I feel like 1 DST to take care of like an ogre coming in is nice, but I kind of wonder, to be fair, the places where I have double DST, it is like ogre-centric zones, so that is something I think I tried to think about, right? But other than that, I do kind of think like lightning towers just carry so much damage all over the map. They're so effective, so efficient. I mean, lightning towers are peak, right? But so I'm gonna consider getting rid of the double DST over at the main zone by the Tavern Defense Forge. But well, I'm just gonna think on that for a little bit and see how it goes. But look at, are you kidding me? What is happening here? I might need to. Oh, there's too many areas. Oh man, guys, I'm getting a little worried, man. There's a lot of areas on the map that are taking a lot of damage, and I can't be at every section to heal it, to protect it, you know. Oh, that's not good. Like, especially like at 3 stars, like that being max upgraded and having that problem. It's not what you want to see. I'm going to save my mana. Go hopefully grab enough to get a 3-star on that lightning tower, but we'll see. I don't know if I'll have enough. There actually might be enough with what's left on the map, just barely. All right, here we go. This should give me enough for a 3-star on this lightning tower over here, which hopefully should give me enough damage to just get more damage off and hopefully prevent the aura stacks from being drained as much as they were right there. There's one last chest over here in this little off-ramp section, the small bridge. Here we go, the wooden bridge by the waterfall bridge, I guess is what we could call it. Okay, so we're taken care of. I've done everything I can. I mean, I have some extra mana. We'll pump it into this guy. Why not? And then go ahead and jump into the next wave. Wave 14. Not much is going to happen here. It's mostly going to be sustaining and upgrades. Wave 15 is where things are going to get kind of crazy. So I'm going to go grab as much mana as I can, smack things around, pick up mana from their corpses, as well as try to get as much genie mana as possible from DPS. Beautiful. There we go. Head over here, get off another upgrade on this DST. I'll get both of these DSTs 3-starred so that this section can just be fully 3-starred. That would honestly be super, super nice. Yep. Now we can go ahead and do that. And then from there, ooh, maybe this section does need like these archers. Here's the last DST 3-star. So everything over here is 3-star. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and just keep getting through, pushing through wave 14 and make as much progress as possible. Look at all these ogres. There's so many ogres coming in. I'm going to put some love into this spider and these archers over here. They're putting a lot of work for me. I wonder if moving the reflection beam forward over in front of the archers is worth it. It might be, like just moving them forward. That might be the new strat at some point. We don't need to like level them up or anything like that, so we don't have to worry about wasting mana in that regard. I'm going to smack through this guy, head over here, double check on this. Yup, this aura stack. Once again, look at that. Look at that drain, dude. Okay, this area needs some help then, if that's happening, you know? Let's go grab whatever mana I can, put it into DSTs. I took a lot of damage there on my barbarian as well. Jinlet. That is a cool pet. Wow. That might actually be like an interesting / cool / good pet. I kind of want to go check my box here, my tavern box in a sec to go check to see what the stats are on that. We might actually get a good wave 15 pet, question mark. We'll have to double check for sure. Ooh, that's cool to see the double flame wheels. You don't see those very often. Look at the mana up there in the sky. Kind of interesting. Hop down, grab this, head over to the tavern forge. So much mana here. Beautiful. Let's pump it over actually into these guys. And then we'll go check. Let's go see what this Jinlet looks like. Because that might be a good pet, you know? Item box. Item box over. Let's see if we can find it. Where would it actually be? It should stand out. It's a pretty interesting pet, I feel like. But I think I saw it. Jinlet. Not any stats at all that are worth notable, but does it work as a genie? Does it have the same passive? I really need a new genie pet on my barbarian, to be honest. If it has the same passive, that would be really crazy. I probably need to upgrade my gear here pretty soon at some point. Could this be an upgrade for my barb, for example? I don't think so, actually. Well, first, I think this is. I might rock this. I wouldn't give me as much damage, but I could upgrade it for the damage. I'm gonna go ahead and give this to my... Yeah, I'm gonna do this like right now in the middle of this wave. I'm gonna pump mana. I don't care about... I know you can freely level this stuff up, but I think I want to go ahead and just pump into this. We got a lot more hero HP and casting rate, which I care a lot more about than the other stuff here. I'm going to pump damage into this. There we go. Up to 150. So now we have more damage on this as well. Okay, beautiful. I think that's super worth it. I think this should be a better genie, but I could be mistaken. Let's go grab every little speck of mana possible, and I'll see you guys when I'm ready for wave 15, which will be a pretty big wave. It'll be a difficulty spike. And I want to say I'm struggling, but like I'm showing signs of failure. I'm showing signs of the dam essentially crumbling and just everything being destroyed. So I'll see you guys in a quick sec with it. All right, I think I'm done. I put as much into everything that I can. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into wave 15. This will be a pretty decent difficulty spike. I want to be over here for the first part of it, get an upgrade on this archer, but then I do want to head over to the big little not wooden bridge, the sort of I guess sandy bridge, what we could call it. We're gonna head over there after this. Get a fair bit of lag here. Apologies. I want to get an upgrade on this archer first, at least up to 1 star. There we go. So we'll get that done, get that taken care of, and then head over to the next zone. I do think I'm gonna pop Siphon Stance for a sec to get my HP back up. I actually have taken, wow, I was down to like I had taken like 100k damage, something like that, so a lot of damage there. I'm gonna head over and repair this. I wish the mage could repair those. I don't think it can, but I could be mistaken. Get an upgrade on this spider. Everything's fine. It's just stuff being... It's just a lot of minions being caught over here is what it is. But that's honestly not a bad thing if I just have to sit here and repair this, but they all, like, get wiped out and killed. I mean, that's totally fine. This might be the area of the map that I stick a little more attention to, and that you know, if that becomes the case, that becomes the case, and it's not a bad thing at all. We're gonna go grab this. There's so many minions. Like, every time I end the wave, there's always so much mana down here, so it makes sense. Like, if we need more minions over there just to take care of that area because there's a ton of minions there, and that's why the aura stacks are being drained as such, that's totally fine. I'm not too worried about that. I'm trying to pump upgrades wherever I can. Run back around. There is a vanity, or sorry, a accessory on the ground somewhere, but I don't know if I'm able to get to it. We're gonna hop down here, grab whatever mana I can. There's wave 15 completed, which probably means we can get to wave 20. If we can beat wave 15, we could probably get to wave 20. That's a good... We might be able to do it, boys. All the way to wave 30 on the first attempt. But look at that. It's getting drained. Absolutely drained. Ooh, I did just get my first piece of Transcendent when popping open this chest. That's pretty cool. First piece at wave 16, not worth picking up by any means, but always cool to see the gears being upgraded upon each completion. I'm going to put the upgrade into that. Ooh, also, look at this. More damage being done over here. Maybe I do need to pop on my summoner here pretty soon, because I am... like, a lot of my aura stacks are just getting drained because there's so many minions from such a distance. Which, you know, I mean, that's going to happen. It makes sense. But especially when the things aren't that long. Like, these combat waves are actually pretty short. That's what's the craziest. They're getting drained that quickly in such a short combat wave. That's a little sketchy. I wonder if at some point it's worth to ever put, like, upgrading my my HP, my tower HP on my monk. Do I really have to worry about that stat at that point? Like, at this point, or I'll have to there's a lot of things to just factor in and consider and keep on your mind while I'll discover new challenges like this in Dungeon Defenders. I'm gonna pop up here, head over here, try to get an upgrade somewhere that is relevant. I guess on these archers. We'll upgrade 2 archers to the 1 star. Hop down here in case I miss anything. Hop over here to grab this last chest. And I think that's it. I'm going to grab that chest. Jump into wave 16. See that piece of Transcendent consumed. Double check my mana and XP. So 210 million mana, not times 4. I obviously only have 1 character out, so we're not getting like max benefits from this map. But I don't know if I could beat this map with 4 characters out, so I'm not going to worry about it, right? That was a ton of mana I just got. Are you kidding me? Wow, so fast as well. Only I could actually get the level. Come on, let me get the level up off. That's the stair, not the reflection beam. Okay, we got it. Oof, that was a little sketch. Get max mana again. You can get max mana so quickly. I might be able to get... Oh, now we have 2 pieces of Transcendent during the wave. I might be able to get everything upgraded here pretty soon. I'm going to be honest. Not the... It keeps going for the reflection beam. Stop upgrading the reflection beams. I don't care about those. They should be fine. I might need to move them up, actually. That's why I specifically don't want to upgrade them, because if I have to move them, you lose out on all that mana. Okay, I'm going to try to smack everything. I might be switching to the summoner very, very soon. Like, it might even be, like, next wave. I don't know. It might be, like, really, really, really soon. I kind of do want max upgrades on everything before I do that. Let me actually head over. I haven't been over to this sandy bridge yet. I kind of was a little negligent over here. I bet the aura stack is down to, like, pretty low. Let's see. Yeah, it's in orange. I should have thought about that a little bit sooner. Definitely a mistake on my part, but thankfully we are okay. I'm going to put more upgrades into these archers. Only 1 minion left. Really, okay, easy wave completion, but things could crash down very quickly on a map like this. You have to keep that in mind. We're going to put an upgrade there. Going to be new chest spawns here in a quick sec. I'm going to run around and grab everything. A Transcendent piece down here, probably not worth picking up. Correct. 2 pieces of trance on the ground. I'm going to run around and try to pick up every... Try to pick up every chest, see if we get any more pieces of Transcendence. Yep, and there is another one. Once again, probably not worth picking up, but I want to kind of double check. I always forget, what's the key again for the glow? I always forget what it is. I always have to, like, test. Trying to see. Drop my mana on accident. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I think it's glowing kind of enough. It's fine. Part of me is so tempted to bring my Squire out just because I love the XP that I'm gaining. Like, the ability to gain this much XP on my Squire and hopefully push him. But this honestly makes me feel like, this makes me kind of hopeful. I feel like the grind to level 100 won't be as bad as I think it is, seeing the amount of XP I'm able to get on some of these crazy survival maps. I'm actually feeling a lot more hopeful about that, which is a good thing. So there we are. Getting as many upgrades on things as possible. There's like 2 more chests. 5 pieces of Transcendent now on the map, which will be consumed, which is nice for a little bit of extra mana. Let's go grab these last 2 chests, and I'll show you guys how much mana we get from actually just jumping into the next wave and consuming everything on the ground. We're going to run through this, get max mana here pretty quickly. So we're going to run back, get an upgrade on the spider. Beautiful, so we can pick up the rest of the mana. This is normally what I do off camera. There's the last one, 5 pieces of transcendence. No, yeah, no sixth from the last 2 chests. I'm going to jump into this next wave here. We're going to see how much mana we get in the bottom right corner. 231 million, 231 million mana, 26 million XP so far. Wave 17. We are only a little over halfway, which is crazy. Usually at wave 17, you feel so much closer to actually being, you know, finished with the survival map. What scares me though, I thought that I was gonna like lose at wave 17 or something like that. What scares me more is that now I'm probably gonna get super close to winning, but I don't know if I will. That's what's scared. Now that's worse to me. Like the idea of getting to wave like 28 or 29 and then losing. That's way more painful than just losing early on and having a long way to go. And speaking about losing, let me head over here as soon as possible. What could have possibly done that random damage? Are you kidding me? Let me get heals off on everything around here. Everything is max upgraded. Do I need the spider? Let's just 3-star the spider. What happened? What went on here? Was it a kobold that got through and got some damage? That's even scarier to me that I don't know what happened. I'm gonna jump down here, grab the mana, take a peek at that transcendent, and then run away before I can even check the stats. I think we're mostly safe over here. I need to start max upgrading all of these archers. I've been a little too lax with it. Come grab this mana crystal, especially if this crystal's taking damage. Like these things need to be max upgraded, so I'm gonna start pumping upgrades into this guy. I need a little bit more mana to get that next one. 1-star. We're going to hop down here, grab whatever mana I can, and get upgrades into these archers over in these 2 offside crystals. All right. I think I've done everything I can. A lot of the archers over here now have 3 stars and have been massively upgraded, so we should be in a much better position. I'm going to put the 2-star upgrade or level 2 upgrade on that because why not? A lot of archers over here still need upgrades. This is the zone where I'll be sticking to a lot of the time this wave. I'm going to go smack around, get as much mana as possible from my genie and from drops. Why not? I'm surprised I haven't gotten max mana yet. There it is. It took me a second there. Oh, please allow myself to get up here without dying. Okay, there we go. We make it up here. I'm going to go put upgrades over into... I need to actually 3-star this aura stack. Are you kidding me? That's a goofy movie mistake. Let me go grab whatever mana down here, then run over and do that. Wave 18. So we should be fine. It shouldn't be anything too exciting, but I don't know. Every wave is getting a little sketchier than the last, fellas. I'm not even gonna play at this point. Like, my hope is being dashed. I don't know if I'll be able to make it to wave 30, but maybe with the help of the, look at this aura stat train. Maybe with the help of the summoner flash heals, it'll be more possible. We'll have to see. I'll have to get everything fully upgraded so we can test that properly. There is wave 18 complete. Not too many problems, but as you can see, things are taking damage. I don't think I'm going to worry about moving the reflector. I lied. I lied. I'm going to move. Yes, I think I lied. You know what? Typical. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move the reflector beams forward. What I could have actually done there is just build extra reflector beams. I have enough extra defense units, so honestly, I could have just done that, but I think it's fine to just go ahead and move these forward. Move this over here like so. Maybe I'll even do a yeah, what I might do is just do a middle one. So maybe we'll do one like this. Do one like this. And then do one. So that'll help protect. Yeah, I like this actually. It's a little crazy. Actually, this should have a more of a lean to it. Let's do this like that. I think that if they weave in there, you know what? More power to them. You know, more power to those ogres. If they can hit that precisely, they honestly deserve the chip damage. So hopefully, okay, hopefully this should be a lot better. It might be time to switch over to my summoner, you know? I have a ton of things built. If I have any, I do have one more unit left for a possible defense unit. I'll keep an eye out if I want to build a reflecting beam somewhere. I do have one defense unit left. That could be a nice reflecting beam. I probably do want to build that somewhere where possible. Let me double check like where I possibly want to build it at. Like maybe over here in front of these archers. Maybe. We'll have to see. Let me just for now put upgrades into whatever I can. Open a chest there. All of this is 3-starred. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. Let me make sure I know what key my flash heal is actually bound the 2 different keys right now, which should hopefully help. I can just figure out. There we go. Okay, so we have that one. That's the main key. That's the main key. I have to know where it's at all times. Is going to be my flash heal. So let's make sure we have that on lock. Open all the chests possible. I'll see you guys heading into wave 19. There's been a lot of survivals recently where I haven't shown you guys every single wave, you know, just showing you, hey, oh, hey, man, like I'm heading into this next difficulty spike. Wave 5, wave 10, wave 15, 20, whatever, right? This map is so different. It's so much more difficult. It's so much more complex. It's so much longer even that I think it's been worthwhile to show you guys each and every little part. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the mana on that. We have a lot of mana down here, actually. Here, let's just do this. This will be faster. We're going to phase shift overload, head over here, dump a 3-star. Can I pick up mana while in the phase shift overload mode? I cannot. Okay, so we're going to phase back in, grab this mana, essentially do the same thing, phase shift overload, go put another 3-star on this thing right here. Beautiful, beautiful, perfect, perfect. Phase back in, and then I'm going to get a Transcendent drop from a chest. That's what I was going to say, true and real. No, but what I want to do is I do want to go build one more reflective beam. I think it's worth it. So I'm going to switch over to my Series EV really quick, head over to that zone and build that reflective beam in front of those archer minions. I feel like that's going to be worthwhile. The other far off section should be mostly fine. I think it's really just the Sandy Bridge and then the Tavern Defense Forge zone that have the main problem. So that section's fine. I think it's here. It's basically, well, at that point, no, I'm just going to push it forward then at that point. Yeah. At that point, I'm just going to push it forward. So I'm going to build... I can even make it... To be fair, I can make it 2 defense units. That probably is worth it. Let's have it be from here. What would 1 be? 1 would be... That's kind of not... Maybe I do just do the 2 defense units. We just have 1 be like that. And then that'll help protect. Or... This is tough. Or I could do 1 like this. It's actually not that big, though. And then do 1. I'm scared that something shot it from over here. That's my next main concern. I'm scared like a Jinn or an Ogre shot it from down there. And if that happened, then I need 1 there. So I'm gonna do that for now. That might get moved. We'll have to see. We did move the 1 over, though, in front of the archer minions. Moving them, the reflective beams in front of the archer minions seems to be more effective. We're going to open all these chests. We're going to hop over to our summoner. And I think we should be good now in terms of we don't need to be on our barbarian anymore. We don't need the upgrades. Our summoner is going to get a lot of XP, I will say. That is the one thing to factor in here, which kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing. I don't want him to outpace my squire. That's the main thing. But honestly, the stats he'll gain might be relevant for literally beating this level. So... I mean, if that's the case, you know, fair enough, probably worth the trade-off. I'm going to get more upgrades on these spiders since they're so powerful. We're going to, can I get that? Yeah, I do have enough mana for that. We're going to phase in. The phase shift overload is also going to be, or overlord is going to be super nice for upgrades from now on. I don't have to like travel back and forth in terms of mana gain. Since there's so few places, since there's so few things left that need the upgrades, right? I am going to have to make sure I phase out every time I head into a wave, though. That's the only problem. But I also want to be able to gain... It's tough. I want to be able to gain mana in the wave. Maybe I do just play my barbarian still for like 1 more. I'm not sure. I want to be able to gain mana in the wave if possible. Maybe I'm fine. Maybe I grab this crystal. I phase shift out. Actually, should I just phase shift overlord? Can't you? I'm pretty sure you might be able to actually flash heal. I think you might be able to flash heal like certain zones while in the overlord mode. I'm going to go grab this last chest. We're going to jump into wave 19. Not a crazy wave. Wave 20 will be crazy. Wave 20 we might lose, like on the spot. That'll be crazy. Let me go ahead and head over here. I'm going to phase shift. Can you phase shift overload before you jump? I'm going to jump into the next wave. Wave 19 begins now. I'm going to phase shift overload and see if I can flash heal. Like if I put my mouse here and I flash heal. Yes, that's really, really cool. Okay, so we're just going to essentially play this like a game of chess and just watch our builds from the skies. And there it is. Wave 19 defeated while just repairing things from across the map from the skies. It's a fun way to play the game. It's very, very, very different. Like it feels like you're playing a different game. It feels like you're playing more of a simulator, more of a there's a game called like God Simulators or whatever, kind of a game like that versus a tower defense game. So it's definitely a different style. Like I can imagine one-tricking summoner, only playing summoner must be one of the most interesting ways of playing the game while also still being viable. I feel like maybe you can probably do a lot of the game's content by just playing summoner, which is kind of very, very cool to me. The problem is I do feel like that's more of a sign of the summoner being broken, you know, than a sign of other things. So let's head over here while we're in phase shift overload mode and just go ahead and get upgrades. I don't really care about upgrading the reflector beams though. Like I will upgrade those at a point. They're not on my priority list. I'd rather just go ahead and get everything upgraded. I didn't mean to phase shift there. Oops. Get all my upgrades on my archers first. Hop back in, grab the mana, do the same thing, rinse and repeat. I think the only section that even needs upgrades / 3 stars is now just this section over here. I think everything over at the other section is 3 starred. Everything here is 3 starred, except for the reflection beams. Once again, that's the only thing that's not 3 starred, but I'm also just okay with those. Like, I don't know if upgrading those really matters at all. I will slowly put upgrades on them at some point because why not? But right now I just want to focus on this section. So we're going to get that upgrade on this guy. We have enough for one more 3 star. This spider is 3 starred, just the reflection beam are confusing. So we need about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 more 3 stars, and then I am done. 11 more 3 stars. So it's still a bit more to go. We're going to put one on this guy, and that is 10 more 3 stars. There's also 2 more chests available on the map, and a little bit more ground mana. Okay, that I almost honestly didn't realize. So we'll take this ground mana and go get a nice 3 star on this guy. Beautiful, beautiful. Go grab whatever mana I can from these chests, and then probably jump into this wave. We're basically ready for wave 20. I also don't want to... I need to save mana. So I think I'm like not going to... I don't even have enough for a 3 star, but it's a good thing because I want to save this mana and have enough for flash heals during the wave. I don't want to have to phase in during the wave to be able to get mana to be able to pop flash heals. That's just... It's not going to be good. This summoner has so little HP that if I get caught out, I'm just dead. So here we are, jumping into wave 20. 36 million XP gained so far, 341 million mana gained there. I'm going to go head over here, keep an eye on this section. Flash heals are the name of the game, just flash healing whenever a place needs it. Kind of like a chess game now, kind of like a god simulator, watching from the skies, just seeing, making sure everything's okay. This crystal did take around 2,000 damage, going from 8750 down to 6800. That's a lot. That ogre stepped through that zone there for a second. That's pretty scary. I wonder if I need another reflector being built here because these ogres, yeah, are stepping through. Is that the problem? The problem that I moved this reflector beam? I need to pop a flash heal there. As you can see, those aura stacks were going down pretty significantly. We're going to head over to the other section. I haven't checked it in a while. There's ogres stepping through areas. I need to pop a flash heal over here as soon as possible. Thankfully, we do get one off, but it's getting pretty scary. These ogres are actually cleaving the crystal. Please tell me that's going to stop very soon. Thankfully, it does. Things are getting a lot dicier. Wave 20. Look at that tower right there, taking significant damage. This archer... Wave 20 is built different. This is not the same as previous waves. Once again, this crystal being cleaved. Come on. I've come so far. I think I'm okay. It's really just the cleave damage from the ogres coming in. But I don't know how else to build properly in a situation like this. Look at this archer getting absolutely obliterated by the goblin copters. Why are they so high in the sky? Are my lightning towers really not able to reach them? That's how high up they are. I'm going to have to just keep repairs on this. Keep repairs on this guy. Well, they are pretty slow, though. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I unselect all units. I don't make any mistakes there. I'm going to pop a flash heal there. Head back over to this section because it's been a second. I'm actually, are you kidding me, out of mana. I'm out of / low on mana for heals. I am going to have to phase in. I am going to have to phase in for mana, boys. As an ogre comes closer to me, I'm going to pop a flash heal over in this section. Probably the only one this section will need. There's only around 10 minions or so left, so we are almost done the wave. But that was at the expense of so much damage on this crystal. This archer minion is almost killed. We're going to get a 3-star upgrade on it and get one shot by a goblin copter in the process. Absolutely obliterated. I had no shot. I had no chance. I was one shot by this goblin copter who's 500 meters high in the sky. I just can't address him. I can't deal with him. I don't know if he's bugged. I don't know what happened. Is he going to move now that archer is destroyed? Is it going to take multiple other summoning minions to be killed before he can actually become in range? Why is he able to be so high in the sky? That's not very fair now, is it? He's the last minion left on the map. actual fucking gyrocopter causing me so much damage. Get out of here, bro. Don't end my run like this. Thankfully, he gets taken out. Oh, man, what a tough wave. If wave 20... Oh, man. If wave 20 is that tough, I'm going to be honest, guys. There's no way I beat this. There's no way. I literally don't... There's no way. There's no way. I'm sorry, but there's no way I make it to wave 30. Which really makes me sad. I don't want to say that. Maybe I just put an orc minion here up front to try to distract. Draw a little more pressure. Give a little bit more tankiness. Since this section is being, you know, beaten down by ogres. I don't know if that's the strat. I don't know if it's a worthwhile minion, but I'm going to try it. Why not? Have a little fun. Live a little. Oh, man. We're going to pop a flash heal over here. Get everything nice and full. Go put a 3-star on that orc summon. What a tough map. And I knew this heading into it, but it's almost like even tougher, you know? Like, this is... I mean, to be fair, I got further than I kind of expected. The question becomes, what do I do to gain more progress to be able to come back and beat this map? And that's where things get really hard, in my opinion. Like, that's where things get really difficult. Like, the one thing that I can think of is going over to defeat Tinkerer's Lab. So, if I can't defeat this map, we're going to have to head over to Tinkerer's Lab and try that out. And see how that goes. And try to... I think we can defeat Tinkerer's Lab with correct play. So we'll probably go defeat Tinkerer's Lab, see what all the hubbub is there. People have told me the drop is very good for beating it, and just beating that map is really important for benefits and stats. So maybe we even go for level 100, hilariously, before defeating this map entirely. Or, I don't know. We'll have to play it by ear. Let me get 3 stars off on these archers, I guess. But now these archers are less of the problem. Maybe I should sell... Wait a minute. I don't need this many archers over here. What if I sell one of these and build an extra one over here? What if that's the play? What if that's just have more DPS, more things over here? What if that's the problem? I'm gonna try that. That might be a little troll. I think it's fine. I think that's good. I think it's good. I think that's good. Let's jump down here, grab all this mana. I need it. We're gonna phase shift Overlord, go heal that. Wave 21 might be the end of me, boys. We're going to put upgrades into this as much as possible, as much as humanly possible, and just do this more. All right, I think I've done everything I can. I'm at wave 21. This is going to be tough. The problem is I'm also super low on mana, so I actually need to get some mana really quick, which, I mean, if you know, the problem is, oh, man, if I die trying to get mana, it's so Jover. I'm going to have to be really careful here. I'm essentially going to keep an eye out over here. I'm going to try to pick up some mana really carefully from these first guys coming in. I need a little bit of mana. Maybe I should have saved some chests or been more careful about this. If I get hit by anything, I'm probably just one shot. I'm probably just dead. Let me stay behind the reflector beam. Jump down here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Wait a minute. Oh, the lag is so crazy. What? Not that my graphics card is amazing, but I have a GTX 3050. Things are getting insane. In terms of the visuals and the lag. I'm going to go grab this really quick. Come on, come on, come on, please. Okay. Get in here. I'm going to phase out. I'm going to phase shift Overload. Okay. Head over to the zone that probably needs a heal. Oh, we're actually... No, yeah, that needs a heal. I was right. And then over here. Okay. I think we're fine. Whew. That was really scary. I could have died in a heartbeat in one click super easily. One Ogre Snot Shot. One Goblin Copter. Like anything. There's so many things could have just immediately killed me, but I needed mana. I only had mana for like one flash heal, which wouldn't have been enough, I don't think. There are things getting in. I'm not gonna flash heal there yet. I don't want to... I have limited mana. I do want to safely use it. I will flash heal over here. Enough things were taking damage. Done damage. I'm gonna not flash heal here yet. This might be... Wave 25 might be doable. Getting to wave 25... I'm gonna flash heal. Getting to wave 25 might be doable. Look at this ogre coming in. 35, 36-ish million HP. The lightning towers are shredding him, but not quick enough. I kind of need more damage from my mage. It has like 4k. Oh my goodness, the damage over here. Tower stats in damage, but it's not enough. It's actually just not enough. Ooh, there's a possible upgrade here. Are you kidding me? Can I actually view that? That's pretty crazy. If we start seeing possible upgrades, that could be super interesting. I don't want to waste mana to flash heal there yet. I kind of want to phase in to greedily grab some mana. It's towards the end of the wave. We're going to flash heal there. I'm going to do that, actually. We're towards the end of the wave. There's so much mana on the ground. I actually do just want to go greedily grab that and then phase back out. It should, so even if I die there, we're fine. The reason why is I want to head over here and get an upgrade off on this guy with mana that I have. Perfect. Beautiful. We get something done there with that. We're going to deselect, yeah, all units. Make sure we don't accidentally make them move or ask them to move in a situation where I don't actually want them to. We're going to phase back in pretty greedily here. Go pick up more mana. Get off a flash heal. Get behind these ogres. Phase back out. Go get a 3-star off on that archer. That might be... Is it the final one? It might be. That's the... Yes. Beautiful. Final archer 3-starred. Okay, the only thing that need 3-starred on the map anymore is going to be the reflection beams, which once again I don't really feel like it's that important to. We're with the power of the overlord mode, we are doing this. If we weren't using the overlord mode, I don't think this map would be possible. It's like, I think you need to do the summoner overlord mode and spam flash heals around. I literally don't think it would be possible otherwise. Thankfully, no more chip damage or cleave damage has been done. I feel like the ogre is doing its job over here. I think we can definitely make it to wave 25. I don't know if going past that's going to be plausible, but we'll have to just wait and see. All right, even now with this will be the last 3-star for this reflection beam. So now, like, absolutely everything is 3-starred over here. There's a few more reflection beams on the map that need 3 stars. Once again, I don't think it even changes anything or makes anything more effective, but we're doing it, boys. We got to get everything 3-starred for the completionist. It just feels so good. I love it. Honestly, one of my favorite parts of builds of doing survival is being able to get every tower 3-starred. It's something I always wanted to do growing up, and now being able to, being able to do it feels really good. I don't think this is even 1-starred. Yeah, neither of these. Wow, yeah, these have a long way to go. But once again, it's just not even that important. But let's just go ahead and crank upgrades into this one, into whichever ones we can. There's tons of mana over here. Let's go grab it. I do want to be careful to save enough mana for flash heals, though, actually. So maybe I stop there. I think that's the last chest. That leaves me with 920 mana. I think that is enough mana for flash heals. Maybe I should have stopped prior, honestly. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to phase shift. I shouldn't phase shift overload here. It'll spawn me back in at this spot, which is a death sentence. I want to phase shift overlord back over by the tavern so I can phase back in if I need to grab mana. Hopefully I don't. We're going to be pretty protective about our flash heals here, but I'm going to jump into the next. There actually is a mana crystal over. I'm going to go grab it. I'm playing this so safe. I'm going to go grab that blue crystal. Hopefully I get rewarded for playing this so safe. Hopefully I can actually go ahead and beat this map, but we'll at least get wave 25, that's for sure. All right, phase shift overlording, which costs no mana for some reason. It's kind of crazy those abilities don't cost mana. We're going to jump into this next wave. 140 out of 140 defense units, 140 out of 140 minion units. I will see you guys on the other side or with any problems. Only 1,637 minions. Like, in terms of all things, that's actually a pretty small amount of minions coming through. Hopefully that's a good sign of something, but I think it's just the amount of ogres. Like, the difficulty of minions truly makes things pretty ridiculous. We saw a snot rocket coming in there for a quick sec. I'm getting off some small heals, small repairs on things where possible, so I can avoid having to use so much mana on a flash heal. It is much mana, more mana efficient. It depends. Sometimes flash heal is more mana efficient, but look at this deadly strike tower getting so much damage from this ogre. That's after being webbed, by the way. I'm gonna pop a flash heal off over there. How did this crystal go from full HP? I have to pop a flash. I'm spamming flash heal here whenever possible. We get a flash heal off. This crystal went from full HP to this amount of HP off like one ogre swing, because some of the ogres are getting pulled through from the DPS. I tried to position these away from the crystal as much as possible. The cleave, man, I feel like ogres have such high cleave on their hammers. Maybe I should just be positioning. It feels bad. I don't know where else to put these. Like over here? It's almost like, but then they could snot rocket through. It's so tough. It's so tough. There's never a perfect position, it feels like. I mean, there definitely is that I just don't see / I'm not aware of, but it just feels like sometimes there's never a perfect position. All of my crystals have been dealt damage now. All of them. All 3 crystals have been dealt significant damage. And there it goes. Wave 22. There's too many ogres. They're pushing through. They're getting past the archers. an hour and a half spent on that map, it felt like way more. The amount of mental energy that goes into a map like that. 1 hour and 7 minutes on build, 24 minutes on combat. I think I just need more damage. It's a crazy thing to... Well, I wasn't on mix mode. I only had 1 minion out at all times, not 4 minions. But I think I think my archers need more damage. I think my summoner towers need more damage. I think my mages need more damage. I think I just need way more damage in every capacity. I even have some level ups here on the fishes. I'm going to go ahead and abuse those while I can, I guess. Honestly, attack rate, speed, yes, please. Anything, honestly, at this point. But, that's tough. I need more damage. I need more damage is the TLDR. I don't have nearly enough. I think getting more summoner tower damage would be nice, like all my archers and stuff. I feel like that would help tremendously. I have tons of mana. Why has this not been done before? Why was this not done before that attempt, you know? There's always more to do in Dungeon Defenders. There's always... Like, if you lose, it's almost always your fault. There's almost no bad RNG in Dungeon Defenders. Like, it's almost like you could do something more. You could put more stats in. You could grind harder. You could have placed better towers. And I do love that about this game. I adore it, honestly. I'd rather lose due to my own faults, my own shortcomings, than some dumb RNG. So... I had a blast. I had a lot of fun. It was cool seeing how far I could get and how far I still have to go to be able to beat that. We have a lot more to do, boys. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to work. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you did not. And subscribe for Dungeon Defenders videos every 3 days. Subscribe to see long hours and tons of effort put into this game and challenges like this. I'm trying to learn at my own pace. I can't adjust to everything all at once. It really does take time for the human brain to process stuff like this, and my brain's especially slow. But thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Peace, Reno. Yo, thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video, and a huge shout out to everybody listed here who goes above and beyond, supports the Patreon, and allows me to focus more on Dungeon Defenders content. Thanks again. Have a great day.